Aló, 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 aló. Ya volví. Ya todo bien, ya vamos a continuar. Nos quedamos en lo mismo. Salimos recién de aquí. Ahora vamos a ir al hospital a dar la medicina. Y bueno, continuemos. Aquí están los vampiritos estos. Ya, todos pringados. Todos. Venga. Cuchillito en mano, que esto debe ser resistente a las balas. ¡Pa! Una galleta. Lo mordemos. Luego a este, si nos da tiempo, lo mordemos también. Le demos los dos al mismo tiempo. Mordemos. Venga. Nos vamos. Cuchillito. ¿Qué pasa? Toma, tonto. Cuchillas. ¿Tú también quieres? Toma. Ven, ven, ven. Toma. ¿Tú también? ¿Quieres? ¿Quieres tú? Ah, del diablo. Leí mal. Pero ahora por morderme te mueres. ¿Y este qué? ¿Dónde va? Y te mueres. Venga. Easy. Muestra de sangre. Muestra de sangre. Todo eso lo vamos a analizar. A ver qué nos da. ¡Ay! ¡Qué susto me dio este! Vamos a quitarte sangre. ¡Ay! Porque los demás me hicieron gastar bastante. Vamos a curarnos un poquito. ¿Te cubre? Toma tiro. No te cubra. Hay que subir el gasto de sangre, O sea, el gasto de sangre. Hay que subir el... Ahora con el cuchillito ya no necesito subir tanto la sangre que consigo por mordisco. Ahora más hay que subir el almacenamiento de la sangre. Porque veo que consigo bastante sangre con el cuchillito, pero que se me llena muy rápido, entonces... Si cuesta 300 cada mejora, tengo para mejorarlo como unas 3 veces. 4 si consigo un poquito de experiencia. ¿Tú qué? ¿Tú quién eres, crack? Ah, creo que este es el Hilton, el Milton, ¿no? Ah, no, el señor Cox. Ah, no, el Cox este, el que salvé, el borracho.
People who don't sleep at night always seem more alive to me. More interesting, one way or another.
Enfermedades. Pulsa R1 para conectar sobre eso. Curar a un ciudadano aumentará su calidad de sangre y proporcionará experiencia. También mejorar el estado de salud del distrito. Ah.
You're lucky to be alive, Mr. Cox. I hope you're starting to take better care of yourself.
This place is full of sickness and decay. How could I get better in such a dump?
Agotamiento. Ofrecer remedio. Vamos a dar un remedito ahí.
Consider yourself lucky that I'm treating all of my patients equally. But don't push your luck.
Don't play the innocent with me. I'm sure you have good reasons to act this way. And also weaknesses that can be exploited.
How is your hospitalization going, Mr. Cox?
This is a shitty place with shitty staff. But as long as I'm treated all right, I'll be fine.
What's wrong with the hospital?
Come on, Dr. Reed. The place is a dump. Smelly, sad, and dirty.
But you're alive thanks to the efforts and dedication of the staff here, aren't you?
What are you expecting, a medal? I thought that saving lives was just part of the job. Must be an unsatisfactory profession at this time, I'm sure.
Pero
What's
este tipo.
wrong with the Pembroke staff?
That bastard you sent to bring me here, Milton. I thought he was going to break all my bones before I reached my bed.
I see. Any other smart comments?
The nurses aren't too ugly. Especially that foxy one, Nurse Crane. Pretty brunette, tough attitude, all like that.
Okay.
Do you ever think about that poor fellow I saw you push in the water?
The wound he gave me will make sure I don't forget it. Still fucking hurts. Boss had cut me good.
What did he want? Revenge?
I recently had to kill his brother. Poor arsehole thought it would be easy to return the favour.
Only the strongest survive, then? Survival at all costs. Is that all you think about?
I'm the toughest bastard you'll ever meet, Dr. Reed. And I don't give a fuck what you think of me.
That man was determined to murder you. You almost died.
Lo estoy viendo
The first time I met him, he
para,
wouldn't
para
shit
subir su sangre. Me lo voy a comer ahora mismo,
I guess revenge gives you balls.
Estoy hablándoles para sacarle más valor a su sangre y poder que valga más la pena comérmelo. Recuperando. Vale 600 ahora su sangre. No demasiado, pero...
How long do you think you can escape the law, Clay?
I know this city like the back of my hand, Doc. I know its streets, who to pay, who to avoid, and who to bully. I won't get caught.
We can't escape the consequences of our actions. The past catches up with us in the end.
I ain't afraid of death. I don't hide who I am. I live my life honestly, which is more than I could say for most folks.
And who are you, then?
I'm the leader of the Wet Boot Boys. One day I'll leave this shitty place and punch in the face all who thought I would not come back.
¿Me lo como ahora? 1-1, puedo comérmelo, puedo cautivarlo realmente. Recuperando. Si se recupera por completo, si se sano, va a subir más.
I'll
Voy a
leave you for
perder...
now, Mr. Cox.
Sí, por ahora. No te vayas muy lejos, ¿eh? Que te quiero buscar, que te quiero encontrar. No te vayas demasiado lejos, bro. ¿Dónde estará el Milton, tú? Milton. ¿Este es Milton? Creo que sí es negro. Y Milton
Good
es
evening,
negro.
sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm new here.
I've already heard about you, Dr.
Ah.
Reed. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reed. Perk of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war, and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed. And if you ever need a better gun, remember, I may have something for you.
¡Oh! No da muchísima sangre, pero... tiene más nivel que yo.
How is the situation around here?
You want to hear the situation is all right? It's fucking awful. We lack everything, and it's getting worse every day.
So what do you do exactly in this hospital? Apart from smuggling guns, I mean.
I've been an ambulance driver since... too long, I guess. I bring sick people here night and day. It's a dirty job, but I get it done. Most of the time.
It sounds like things have been a bit rough recently. What's happened?
Yesterday I got attacked by the patient I was bringing in. I escaped through the hospital's garden, but I lost my wallet when I was running.
You left an infected patient outside the hospital. That's incredibly dangerous.
Go there yourself if you want, but be careful, Doctor. I'd rather not bring your dead body back.
Since you're on the front line, how is the sanitary situation in this vicinity?
It's a complete disaster. It's even getting dangerous to enter some streets or buildings. Even the locals attack you.
Se está hablando de los vampiros,
Are you really smuggling weapons through the hospital?
And why not? I've already been attacked by patients, you know. And by gang members willing to steal my money.
But you're not defending yourself. You're selling guns to civilians.
You keep people alive your own way, Doctor. I offer them another way to protect their health.
Why do you have such a mediocre reputation among your colleagues, Milton?
Fuck them. Nobody knows the horrors I've seen since working here. This city was sick long before the epidemic, Dr. Reed.
I know it's a difficult task, but correct me if I'm wrong. Is this not the job you are paid to do?
I've seen babies left to die while their brothers were properly fed. Underage girls and boys sold to all manner of perverts.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, exactly. We lack words. So excuse me if I don't look on the bright side of life.
Pues sí he visto cosas bastante turbias, la verdad.
I have some good news, Milton.
What? The epidemic's over?
I retrieved your wallet, with all the money, and a certain picture.
Well, yeah, Pippa Hawkins is my girl. So what? Is it the difference of skin colour that bothers you?
Not at all, Milton.
Good. Please, take this money anyway. To remind you to keep your mouth shut. Not everybody is as broad-minded as you, Dr. Reed.
Me dio dinero. ¡Hostia! 40 chelines. Hagamos un trato.
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
Puedo comprarle cositas. ¿Qué es esto? Escopeta de mi... ¡Hostia! ¿Cuánto me cobras, bro? 315. Yo creo que no tengo. Tengo 129. Arma de largo alcance. Escopeta de Milton. Hace daño. No me interesa mucho, la verdad. Viene empuñadura corriente. Esto podría mejorar el revólver, con esto. Pieza de gatillo. ¿Era empuñadura de corriente? Creo que no. Era de, era de empuñadura de gatillo. Creo que era de gatillo. Pieza de empuñadura corriente diminuta. Creo que era de gatillo. Eso sí se lo puedo comprar. Dame esto, bro. No me deja venderle nada. ¿Y por qué? Amiga. $12 y $14. No sé. Ni siquiera vi el precio al que lo vendí y lo vendí directamente. Un poco tonto de mi parte, pero bueno. No termino de hablar
Good
contigo, no.
evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
Pero claro que sí. ¿Cuánto? 1875. Pero tiene dos.
What's going on between you and Nurse Hawkins?
Pippa's tired. Tired of all this shit. Tired of all those corpses piling up. She's as depressed as I am.
You do realize you could both get fired. Hospital staff are not meant to have intimate relationships with one another.
Come on, Dr. Reed. Do you know how many rules are broken in this hospital every day just to keep it running? There's nothing wrong with what we're doing.
During the war, I witnessed a few couples just like you come together in difficult circumstances. It can be very damaging.
Maybe you're right. But we support each other. And that's all that matters.
Sí, no, yo no tengo nada en contra de ellos, simplemente voy diciendo lo que me pone ahí. Para que tu sangre valga más cuando te la saque. En fin.
Goodbye,
Adiós.
Milton.
Cuídate, bro. Ya volveré ya. ¿Esta quién es? Esta no le puedo ni aunque quisiera. Esta es la loquita, ¿no? Esta es el Mahawcroft, sí. Por ti también volveré en su momento. Al único que le puedo chupar la sangre es al otro ese. ¿Y tú quién eres?
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reed? Yes, I've been informed about your arrival. I'm Waverly Ackroyd. Welcome aboard, I suppose.
Does my arrival inconvenience you in some way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swans's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
Ni aunque quisiera. Tampoco como que me des tantísima sangre para el nivel que...
If you have a problem with me, Dr. Ackroyd, please feel free to tell me.
Dr. Swansea has imposed your presence on this hospital without asking anyone's advice. The benefit of his position. But I don't agree with it.
I know we've never met before, but I believe this hospital could use all the help it can get. You will agree with that, I'm sure.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reed. Of course, you can't say the same about me, since I have not wasted my time courting the press.
Aren't you too old for such jealousy? It really won't do you any good, you know.
Don't be ridiculous, Dr. Reed. A simple glance is enough for me to know you have nothing for me to envy.
Since your tenure in this hospital is longer than mine, perhaps you can tell me more about this place.
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me. I have always respected the skills of Dr. Swansea, but over time his enthusiasm has become displaced.
Carelessness? Exactly what are you talking about?
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation. They're here to be healed.
I don't intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor. Even if I, as any good practitioner should, express an interest in pushing the boundaries of medical research.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego. But there are rules in our line of work, and they're here to protect our patients.
It seems you have bad memories of your military service.
I refuse to see this industrial slaughter as scientific progress. War only reveals the worst in men.
We can at least agree on something, Dr. Ackroyd. I don't know what you've heard about me, but I have already proved my value as a practitioner.
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed, but your motive. Is it money, fame, or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
I served in the war just like you. But unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
I don't see any reason why I should justify my actions to you.
That's true, Dr. Reed. The only judge has to be yourself. The question is, are you judging yourself hard enough?
Pero necesito una pista para preguntarle sobre eso.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
A ti te voy a comer, sin duda. Pero cuando, ahora mismo como no puedo... Tontito ese que ha bugueado este. No me interesa hablar contigo. Yo quiero a ver si encuentro el Dr. Pippet.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
Me lo podría chupar, pero no tiene demasiadísima... No me da mucho.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Fiddick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed, so I can return to work and to my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter, and a good one too. But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reed.
Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Aykroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is I disagreed about wooden nails, not flesh and bones.
Are you satisfied with your treatment here?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reed? I have the feeling you're very capable. And your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies. Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
I'm so tired. Will this shift never end, Farmer?
¿Voy a hablar con esta? Ese desconocido ahí.
Yes, Doctor?
Exactly how bad is the supply situation here at Pembroke?
It really depends. Dr. Swansea deftly works his society contacts for monies, but with the quarantine, well, we're in God's hands.
Why then do you always work the nights? Don't you ever sleep?
At the Pembroke, we're always hands on deck.
Lack of sleep and the medical profession always ends in disaster. I've witnessed many a colleague succumb to stimulants to fight exhaustion. Drugs were as deadly as bullets in the trenches.
London's trenches start here at Pembroke Hospital. We are on the front line, make no mistake.
Your dedication to the Pembroke does you credit, Nurse Crane, but when do you sleep?
We staff get our sleep when we can, Doctor. Nursing is a vocation, not the labor of a journeyman.
Please, could you point me in the direction of the morgue again?
It's the large boarded-up building behind the hospital. You can't miss it. The key I gave you will open the small back door to it.
Como le di la medicina al tipo ese. Enfermedad para la caída de sangre en ciudad. No solo medicina adecuada para curar. Visita la habitación que hay detrás de todo el programa de salud.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
¿Con este? Ahora con Edgar Swansea.
I will not let you down, Michael.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I help at all?
No,
Really? Why are you here then?
I don't want to talk. My throat hurts too much.
I suppose that this pain is the reason you're here. Is someone taking care of you?
Yes. And no.
Could you at least tell me your name, sir?
Mortimer. Mortimer Goswick.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid I may, sir. I don't mean to be a burden.
I will see you later. How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
I'll let you get some rest then.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
La medicina que tenía se la di al otro pendejo ese. A que me voy a chupar en un rato. Tentación de sangre. No olvides que la sangre de un ciudadano te presencia de un nivel igual o inferior a tu nivel de cautivar. Elige sabiamente.
Thelma Howcroft said she was being watched by vampire hunters. Where are they hiding? I should investigate.
Quiero ver dónde está el... Primero quiero ver cómo carajo salgo de aquí. Me perdí, hola. Allá. Ahí brilla algo. Ah, una mierda de esta de reclutación. Quiero ver dónde está el Crocs este. No, no, a ti no te puedo comer todavía. Enfermera esta, aquí... ¿Doctor qué? Tippets, mira Tippets aquí, amiga. Se está recuperando todavía. Tippets. Don Tippets.
Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reed has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before, at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation? And please, speak freely.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
It's not exactly the best situation in London either. I can't have expected this hospital to be prepared for what was to come.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
What can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
Tenía rato sin hablar ahora que me doy cuenta.
Tell me more about cherished people then.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
You really seem to admire her skills.
Oh.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
Si fuera un hombre.
Any opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong.
Sí.
Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office now and again.
Bueno, sigo ahora que tengo que hacer algo. Hola, 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 hola. Tuve ciertos problemas con la aparición de un chopo en mi casa. Pero nada, ya volví y vamos a continuar. Ah,
You're exhausting yourself, Corcoran. Maybe you should think about preserving your strength.
No, we must keep on healing all those poor souls. We are the last rampart before chaos. Once more
y
unto the
por eso
breach.
mataste un tipo ahorita.
Your attitude is irresponsible, Doctor. Believe me, I've seen so many medical errors caused by exhaustion during the war.
You're right, this is a war, Dr. Reed, and I don't intend to surrender.
Ajá.
Corcoran, I want you to tell me about Mr. Connor. How did he die? What happened?
He was my patient. He died because of my mistake. That's the blunt
Lo
truth.
mataste. Mm,
Who was this patient?
I don't know. Some sick man from the docks, maybe a fisherman. I had no time to talk with him. No one claimed the body.
What was the nature of the mistake?
It was a twofold error. My diagnosis was wrong, and the administered dosage was too strong.
Why not stop practicing?
Are you mad? I killed that man, I admit it, and it won't happen again. I have saved so many lives since then.
ajá. No parece mala persona, pero mató a alguien.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
¿Cuánto? No leo bien. Pensaba que iba a ser más. Me da mal la doctora esa. A este lo voy a matar ya, no aguanto. Se está recuperando, pero no aguanto, la verdad.
Hey, Doc.
No aguanto ya. Tengo que chupar. ¿Dónde me está llevando esta vaina? Yo lo estoy paseando por medio del hospital, nuevamente que cuando... Yo vi al doctor fulano este que lo está llevando para tal sitio. Y de repente apareció muerto. No, más, por aquí. Aquí. Aquí.
I killed, extorted, stole. Now I die. Fuck it. I live the way I wanted.
Necesito superar las consecuencias de tu decisión. Me chupa los huevos. Venga, 700 de experiencia. Ya estaba harto, ya quería chupar. Me quemaba, me dolían los dientes, quería chupar. Quería chupar, tenía la necesidad de chupar, necesitaba chupar. Si no chupaba me iba a morir, necesitaba chupar. Chupa, maldita. Chupa.
Please, Jonathan, come in.
Sí, completamente normal después de asesinar a alguien.
Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries.
Ah,
The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea. But my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
There is an absurd poetry to my situation. Physician, heal thyself.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
There is no need to apologize, Edgar. You offered me sanctuary when I had none.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
ajá.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
Yo creo que la vi. Donde la tipa que tenía el sombrero y así sentada. Donde el enfermo ese que tenía dolor de garganta. Bueno, yo voy para mi... Sí, creo que es ahí mismo. Voy para mi este. Que esto. Si tú quieres, tú lees esto. Que me aparece. Mi cama. ¿Y esto? Ay, ay, ay. Para cuando quieras salir a hacer la mía. Saco por aquí ya.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
¿Y por qué no le echas agua, cabrón? Dice need water, needs water, needs water, needs water, pero no le da water. Entonces dime. Tratamiento para agotamiento, ¿puedo hacer otro? Sí. Puedo. Puedo hacer varios, de hecho. Voy a hacer dos. Ahora, vamos a ver. ¿Puedo mejorar el revólver? Yo creo que sí. No, me falta otra más de pieza de gatillo corriente. Que vamos a hacer uno de estos. Ah, ya no pide 300, ahora pide 600. Ahora vamos a darlo, vamos a mejorarlo dos veces. Y ahora vamos a ver si desbloqueamos una habilidad así como que más para el combate, como por ejemplo la esta de la invisibilidad. Estaría la de la invisibilidad, ¿cuánto cuesta? 500. Uy, puedo comprarme la de invisibilidad, la de la invisibilidad, que no te voy a hablar, y la de la lanza. Pero la lanza cuesta 1000. Rico, rico, rico. Ok. ¡Ey, ey, ey, ey! Se ha relagueado, amigo. ¿Qué? Eventos importantes del distrito. Todas las noches las consecuencias de tus acciones mejorarán y empeorarán el estado de salud del distrito. En el poder ser reducido a causa de la enfermedad de los ciudadanos. Cuanto más vida arrebate puede ser el nivel de salud de un distrito. Si el estado de salud de un distrito se encuentra por debajo del nivel crítico, se sumirá en el caos. Decide su destino. Sigue siendo sano. Loreta. ¿Quién es Loreta? ¿Quién coño es Loreta? Clay Cox, sentenciado. Se había re bugueado porque aquí no hay ninguna Loreta, No pasa mucho por haber matado a ese tipo. Ahora vamos a ver la habilidad nueva. La lanza al L2. Realmente la lanza la preferiría aquí. El R2. Y esto al L2. Porque así como que curativa y así de escape de un lado y de ataque en el otro. Sí. Bueno. Vámonos. Ah, pues no, no era esa, es porque está aquí afuera. O salió. No, no es la misma.
Flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here. And we'll be up again
Sí,
soon enough.
mejor lo mato yo antes de que muera, ¿sabes?
Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet lady of mercy.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. It's a pleasure to see you again.
Volver a
You
verlo.
seem surprised.
Ah.
Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed.
Ah,
concerning
esta es
your
la vampira
recent
esa.
appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You're a vamp. The lady who saved me that night, before vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
Apologies.
Las otras
You've
respuestas me
taken me by
parecen de
surprise.
risa,
I'm very happy to see you.
The pleasure is mine, Doctor.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my questions now.
You must have countless questions, but our rather urgent matter first. Swansea has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
Oh, me escribiste, qué rico. No me habías escrito desde las 9. Por eso que me hayas escrito, qué rico.
Have any of the patients given you trouble?
These poor souls have so little left to live for. I do my best to ease their pain.
The world would be a better place if it were cared for by women like you.
You make me blush. I am simply a necessary evil.
Pardon my boldness, your ladyship, but I have questions concerning this condition we share.
As a newborn, your hunger for answers is rivaled only by your thirst for blood. But the questions need wait.
I'm a scientist. My trade is in the deciphering of mysteries, and I need information to feed my mind.
I will gladly answer every question you have, but first, prove yourself capable of resolving my predicament without eating the culprit.
Ya, voy a terminar el video, te voy a responder ahora.
Agent in this matter. You could start by explaining what's amiss.
These past insufferable weeks,
¿Qué?
I've been the victim of extortion. I've made a first payment, but the blackmailer grows greedy. I must refuse his most recent demands.
Espérate. Te tengo que responder.
If we're dealing with an ordinary criminal, surely you've the means to deal with it yourself, if I may.
As immortal tradition doth dictate, all fangs and hypnotic eyes ablaze, the blood would run like a river. That's what I hope to avoid. Violence has a tendency to spiral out of control.
Who would be so foolish as to threaten you? A kindred spirit.
Even if it were the case, and I highly doubt it, a vampire would have asked for something more valuable than money. My suspicions lean toward a patient, or their family.
What are your expectations? Please be precise.
As the newly appointed surgeon of this hospital, you are in an excellent position to ask innocent questions, and deftly learn the identity of my blackmailer.
Please continue. Every detail is essential. I'm your man.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame at having put the hospital at risk. The threat from our anonymous scoundrel is clear. A list of dates. My visits coinciding with the dates of suspicious patient deaths due to massive blood loss.
Is it true?
Now aren't you the blunt one?
Excuse my impertinence, your ladyship. This is not an interrogation. I assure you that this line of questioning is in your best interest.
In all honesty, I'm not simply a patron to the hospital. My visits serve a dual purpose. Dr. Swansea has been treating my condition. with a revolutionary technique of blood transfusion. It seems you are a specialist in the domain.
I'll take care of it. Do you know where I should start?
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself. You could talk to our local gossip, Harriet Jones. Not a pin drops here without her hearing about it.
I'll meet that woman now.
My life, as others know, is in your hands, Dr. Reed. I'm sure of your discretion, but I do fear your powers of persuasion will be put to the test. When this is resolved, I'll be your obligé. I'll answer all questions in regards of your
Dios mío, esta
condition.
tipa sí habla disparate. Gracias. ¡El diablo! Soy nivel 9. ¡Bárbaro! Bueno, vamos a dejarlo por aquí porque quiero hablar contigo, la verdad. Además de que ya duró más de lo que tenía planeado el video. Así que, nada. Bye bye.